Hi all, how are you going? Welcome with me, Redski, here on another round of Righteous Rings, where I give raw righteous rings to you guys, my other viewers. How are you all going? I hope you're doing well. We finally banged out that October. The horse finally came in. It needed a bit of a slogging and a 10-hour detour, but it pulled in the end. So now that horse is back in its car, you know, it's so late, but you know, we pulled it out the baggie. Yeah, that's done. So now we get to move on to November. So I want to start with what I believe to be the most important thing I do on my channel. It's a reading it's a spread I developed after a couple of years ago coming on the tarot scene with a burning question, advice I needed. And I searched like a crazy person, and I could not find not one channel in over 100 channels that did a reading like this. And I thought, what the heck? What the heck? This is a big issue. Everyone has been either touched with or known someone that has faced it. And here we have a whole community of people that don't do readings for it. And I think it's one thing that a lot of people would be searching for answers for. And that is addiction. Addiction and recovery of that addiction. So what is an addiction? Okay, well, let's start with what it is. An addiction is something you use or do to relieve suffering and pain, plain and simple. Okay, so you'll often find, you know, people that are suffering addiction are people that have had trauma in their lives, that have gone through real big issues or sufferance or life-changing trauma. So what kind of addictions does this cover then? Well, there is a multitude and a lengthy list longer than both my arms put together. This covers any and all, okay? So this can cover the more well-known such as drug, alcohol, sex addiction, to lesser-known ones such as food addiction, such as eating too much, eating too little, like bulimia, anorexia, obesity, issues because of using food as a comfort for emotional issues with, you know, think about that. But it also covers things that you may not realize, such as things as self-harm and cutting, because that is another way of relieving or dealing with emotional trauma or issue as well. And that is an addiction. That is an addictive behavior because you cannot stop yourself from doing that. So think about that just for a moment. That's a lot, okay? But this also covers that those that are in the stages of recovering. So if you are thinking about, have just started, or very much in your longevity of recovery from that issue, you will still get messages here for you. I want to do a secondary spread that does focus more on your recovery side of it, so we can, because these are very, well, obviously mutually exclusive, but I want to do one more for yous that are in the recovery stage, just for yous, okay? To sort of separate the two issues a little bit, to get more in-depth issues, depth in the reading for you, so you can take more out of it and get more advice, rather than it sort of catering for a bigger amount of people and only being able to take little pieces of the reading for you, because obviously some of it will not apply to you because you're either on one side of the fence or the other. Do you get what I mean? Whereas my reading is going over the fence like a rainbow. So I want to get more specific on that, and I do want to start a secondary spread. Let me know down in the comments down below if that's something that you'd be interested in, because it's something I'm very interested in. Okay, now what are we doing over there? It smells like something's burning. Okay, sorry, my son's doing toast, and it is in a toaster. It's all very safe, but I just want to make sure that this hasn't turned it up, because I'm starting to smell some browning, blackening charcoal. That's fine. We'll just chop that off. So, everyone, welcome. Now, I did want to start again. I know this is getting a bit of a long entry beginning, but just bear with me here for a couple more minutes. I did also want to give a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Each and every one of you, past, present, and of course in the future, who have ever watched this spread or any of my content in general on my channel. This year's been a hard year for me. The last few months have been especially hard, the last 2 or 3 months. Since July have been extremely difficult for me, and I have come to the door of decision multiple times in that time about whether to even close my channel down and just let it drain out. I've put a lot of effort into my channel, and I'm really happy with everything that I have accomplished. Did I have you know, bigger dreams maybe, but I've always been content with how it's travelled. But recently I've just found a change in the atmosphere, and I've had to put so much work into my channel that I've not been very much in the community of the tarot community, and I've realised lately that I'm getting forgotten, like because I'm not in the chats and that as much anymore. No one knows who I am anymore. And that's hard. That's a hard realization to make, because when you are a creator, you've got to spend so much time on creating your own stuff that you don't have as much time to be in the communities of other people's content. Even though I spend 20 hours a day out of 24 on YouTube, like, I put a lot of effort into not just my community but others, to try to show up for people, especially the ones that I do mod for. You know, I don't want to be a non-existent person. I'm there to support, and I do try my best to do so. But there's only so many hours in a day, guys, and I am a single mum of 4 children. 3 of them are quite young and not of school age yet. Well, they will be next year soon. That will help. But I started my channel when they were newborns. You know what I mean? My twins, they're going to turn 4 now in February. So my channel's been going for nearly 3 years. In May 6th, it celebrates its 3rd year. And honestly, I don't know if my channel has much more longevity in it, to be honest. I don't know. So enjoy it while you can, guys, because, you know, the future isn't promised to any of us. Tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. But here and now is, because you're here and now. So my best advice to each and every one of you who's watching this right now is to stop worrying about the next step and be present and real in the current, and drink it long and deep and smell it till it almost makes you cry, and hear every sound and taste every molecule and enjoy it, because we don't know when we won't be able to do it again. And stop worrying about the next step. Stop worrying about everything that's going on before, past, possibilities, endless options. Just stop. Just stop. See how much calmer you feel? See how much more present and grounded you feel? If that scares you, grab hold of something and ground yourself. Breathe in and out, deep and long, and focus on the feeling of holding that solid object, like a table, or put your hand on a chair, or hold something in your hand, like, to ground yourself. It's a grounding technique. It's good through withdrawal. And you feel like your mind and body separating from itself, and you have nothing solid to grab hold of. And almost like you're floating away. Also works well for anxiety too, because I used to suffer that pretty badly, and that got me through some pretty sticky times in public situations. The grounding techniques, so it might help you too. Let's begin the reading now. So this is for the November month. It is a monthly reading, and it is for any and all of my beautiful people out there that are watching who are suffering an addiction and or in the midst and or in the stages, lengthy, long or short, of recovering from that. I wish you all the very best no matter where you are on your journey, and know that you will always have my full support. And I, as always, do with this reading offer that support in the way of, if you would like to get in contact with me or you need my support in any way, if you think there's any way that I can help you through your journey, just write SOS on any single one of my star sign videos in the catalogue, and I will come find you and make contact with you and offer any assistance that I can. And if I can't personally help you, I will at the very least find a number or a contact for someone who can. Okay? Because we all need sometimes someone just to listen, or just to know that we're not okay, or that we need help. Okay? And I'm more than willing, as always, to do that. So thank you to each and every single one of you. I greatly appreciate your time. I greatly appreciate you, but most importantly, thank you. So let's begin and look at November 2022 for any and all of my beautiful beings suffering an addiction and or in the midst of recovering from that addiction. And may we all have many more better, brighter days ahead. Here we go, my darlings. Let's do November 2022. God, this is so uncomfortable. Sorry, let's just rearrange some of this. Alright, and I have an overwhelming calling to use this deck today. I love the Light Series Tarot. I don't use it much on my channel. I bought it when it first came out for publication because I love the deck, but because it got so overly used and abused on everyone's channel, I never ever use it on mine. And it's such a pity because it's one of my favourite decks. Like, it is just an awesome all-rounded deck of all time. The artwork's great, the cardstock's good. It's just a very vibrant, lovely deck. And the fact that, you know, it was one of the really in-depth books that came out with a full reversal meanings, like, for its time. It was pretty revolutionary. Chris Ann, like, honestly, mad ups to you, because this is just a timeless deck. It's a timeless deck. Like, honestly, come on. You can't find this timeless. It's all inclusive of culturalistic beliefs, different cultures, and you know, what am I trying to say? Ethnicities, that's the word I was looking for, thank you. Ethnicities of people. It's very culturally, I can't find the words, my apologies guys, I'm just gonna twist it up. Alright, so let's get this done for November 2022 for any and all of my beautiful peeps in the midst of addictions or recovering from those addictions, any and all addiction spread. Addiction and recovery spread, the A&R spread. A&RS. Addiction and recovery from November 2022, please cards. Wow, it's all coming down quicker than a bait sound. Love that card, the imagery on that card. And I'll explain it all to you in just a moment. I'm sorry, there's a lot of banter and nonsense going on in the background. My alarm didn't go off this morning and the children are home, but they should not be, and I do apologise for that fact because today was my filming day and I did want peaceful filming for you guys, especially for this reading. But unfortunately I cannot produce that for you today, which is rather disappointing, but I can produce a reading for you. The underlying energy so far for the month of November 2022, this is going to be the current throughout the underbelly of it. It's the Three of Swords reversed. So with that Three of Swords at the underlying energy of the month of November for you guys, there's a sense of a not accepting loss here. There's a sense of a need to heal here. Being stuck in the grief or sadness of it, not seeing the part you played in the loss or heartbreak, and not accepting, not coming to terms with, rejecting this fact and trying to bring into place a different reality, even though we know that that is probably very much not the case. Let's go through the placements now for the month of November. So the first position, what we go to now, is you currently in this current energy coming into this reading right now. What are you sporting? We're dealing with the Tower. Now this is a beautiful Tower card. The butterflies are literally being vaporized. But that's exactly what's happening here. There is unexpected change coming through here, and it's swift and through thick and fast. There's a lot of chaos, and you feel like the rug has really been pulled out from underneath you. Your beliefs are being challenged. Your awareness and perspectives are coming in anew. There is destruction here and being unsure of who you are, losing grip of everything around you, inside and out. There's this sense of everything being vanquished or vaporized or just totally the next position reflects your obstacles, things that you're going to face, your challenges throughout the month of November. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed for this placement. So this is giving up too early. You're giving up. There's a lot of impatience here and you're losing faith in the belief of self and that you can do what you need to do. You're not following through. There's a frustration with the rewards or the lack of gain here, taking too long, no growth fast enough, not seeing the output in a reasonable factor of time. The next placement reflects your emotions, how you feel. So how you feel throughout the month of November is the Nine of Swords reverse. You're feeling great paranoia. You're feeling deeply anchored in the fears. There's an inability to think clearly. There's inner turmoil. There's negative self-talk affecting your self-esteem, your self-worth. And an opportunity to actively begin the healing journey is coming now for you and your emotions. You are at the cusp of just wanting to bang down that door and say, I am ready. In your thoughts, in your mental capabilities here, in your thoughts, we've got the Ten of Cups reversed. With the Ten of Cups reversed, there is a sense here in your thoughts that there is disharmony or disputes going on here. There is miscommunication, struggling relationships, unrealistic expectations, and not feeling worthy of love. There's delay here. You're trying to work through it in the thoughts. But you are just coming up with pain, and heartache at the fact of the realization of the reality of it. Your next position reflects what started this, what brought you here to the addictional door. The High Priestess reverse, what brought you here was keeping secrets, gossip or mistruths, hidden agendas, fear of intuitive abilities, not paying attention to your inner voice and thinking that you had control on things or understanding of things that you most certainly did not. Thinking it was all okay, it wasn't. How you can overcome this? How can you overcome this? Ace of Pentacles reversed. The need to create strong foundations to support your dream. Risk of financial loss, missed opportunities, the need to prioritize here, being overly greedy and missing the bigger picture. If you're missing these things, then you're not going to succeed. This is where you need to get real, you need to get honest, and you need to put your attention and your foresight and a lot of management here, I want to say, as well. The next card reflects moving forward, what that looks like from the current moving forward, and we have Judgment. Moving forward, there needs to be self-realization and understanding and some deep spiritual awakening. There needs to be some redemption here for yourself as well. Knowing your motives and your heart to be true, totally transparent. You need to be totally transparent now, and a glorious unveiling of spirit and self will come from this, I feel. And it will all, that's where you'll see your reward. That's where you'll see the change. Now these next three cards, so we have the outcome and then the two clarify that outcome. So the outcome initially first is the Nine of Wands. So there is great determination and resilience and defiance here for you. A last defense, the final push, excitement for what's to come, finding motivation in the face of difficulties and moving forward with that realization and taking that all with you. Clarifying that Nine of Wands firstly is the Emperor. This is Aries Major Arcana. And this is the divine masculine. It's all about authority, power, and a natural leader with structure, strategic and analytical thinking and taking action, moving forward and owning that shit. And clarifying this further, the last card for this is the Fool, another Major Arcana. This is huge because this is new beginnings, potential, adventures, enthusiasm, awakening, innocence, optimism, and truly beginning to know yourself and your capabilities and how you can make anything come true. Being defiant, keeping up, getting through them battles, getting your power back, getting your authority back, getting your masculinity back, and the Fool, finding the childlike folly in life once again and the enthusiasm and just being happy with waking up in the morning with your eyes open without needing anything more than that. True thankfulness, joy, and happiness is waiting right there for you. And if you are in the longer stages of recovery, you are finding this now in everyday life. You're starting to find that joy. You're starting to find that real courage. Additional message for the addiction and recovery spread for November, please. Any additional? Unplug. Recharge your soul batteries by unplugging from the digital world. Connect with yourself by disconnecting from distractions such as other people's to-do lists. Take a stroll. The best way to generate fresh and innovative ideas is to balance the virtual and natural worlds. The birds and the bees have just as much to teach you as the internet. Accept compliments. Yes. The next time someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. Don't shrug it off. Play it down or reject it. You'd be denying yourself and give it the opportunity to share in a moment of gratitude and love. Exercise your self-esteem and soak in it, superstar. Think of compliments as little confidence building soul vitamins. You are worthy of praise. slow down. When it feels like our world is spinning out of control, it's easy to get overwhelmed. This is a good time to begin a daily meditation practice. Your mind is the most open and receptive in the morning, which is why it is helpful to start your day with centering exercises. Cultivate stillness within and know that there is no rush at the end of our days. We won't care about our to-do lists. We'll wish we had loved more, lived more, and been at peace. Don't wait. Slow down now. And that's exactly what I was trying to say to you. Be present in the here and now, the minute, the moment of it. Don't be thinking about the next step, the next stage, what needs to be done next, the grocery list, that blah, 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 blah. Because that will all be there later. And when it's time to deal with it, you can so do so. Don't wait, but don't dwell. And definitely don't stress and strain about what is not currently in the current. Be present. Be completely connected. And see how that fits. At first it may feel a bit weird. It may feel like dressed a little tight. But I think very soon you'll see that it will envelope you just fine. And you'll find that you're quite comfy in the skin of life, just as it is. Thank you so much for joining me on another round with me, Redsky here, of Righteous Rings, Real Righteous Rule. If you want to, leave a like or a comment if you would so like to. That doesn't bother you. I know there's a lot of stigma around addiction recovery, and there is a need for anonymity, and I completely understand that. So I would never wish anyone to come out of the cupboard. That would much rather stay in there for their own safety and or self-respect, and I have no problem with that. Thank you so much though. I do greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, I will look forward to seeing you then, and know that I wish you all the very best, but I'm sure that you won't need it. Till then, light and love to all. Take care. Bye all. Have a great November.